On today's video, we discuss some product dumping, a little bit of overprinting, and hey, some bad Magic cards mixed in with some good ones. It's coming up next. Hi everyone, welcome back. MTG Moxman here. If you're new to my channel and you've somehow found me out there in the nacho cheese universe of YouTube, well, thanks a lot for checking out this content today. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and hey, put a comment in the comment section. I'll be happy to talk to you guys. Also, for my regular viewers, welcome back everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed yesterday's video on the Soldevia Excavations and what's happened since we started buying the card. If you're new to the channel, go back and look at my video in the header and you will see that it obviously is about Soldevia Excavations and you can get a good eye full of what we're talking about. So today's video was kind of interesting. It was interesting to me at least to talk about this and do all the little research bits. So when Wizards puts out a product, in this case we're talking about Kaldheim, and they expect it to be good. Wizards has a plan. This set's going to do this. It's got pathways. It's got board clicks. There are things that people are going to want in this set. It's going to drive to this level of this sale. And they put that out there. And the distributor says, okay, I'm going to look at the pre-orders I have from all my stores. And the stores say, wow, this set looks great. And you can see how the chain goes on. But what happens after that store orders 50 boxes? And they only sell 30. And they don't ask for a restock. We still have 10. It's fine. We got plenty here right now. Then the distributors sit there going, we got a couple thousand boxes sitting here around, guys. We got whole pallets here. What's going on? Nobody's buying it, man. They've already moved on. When this happens, the distributors got to get some cash out. They've got to move this product. And this is what happens. Right now, at 401 Games in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, this box was around that 149 to 155 mark. They have it on for $99.95 Canadian, which I guess in US dollars would be like $70, $69.99 for a set booster box. No, they don't deliver to the States, obviously. But the point is you can see there, I had put 800 in my cart, okay? And I kept doing that a few times. And what ended up happening was, after a couple thousand booster boxes, I couldn't put any more. Now, this changed day after day, just so you know. And what ended up happening was I think they're down to like 851 or 751 right now. They've sold a lot of these, but they sold at a major discount. You're talking 35-40% off almost, right? It was a massive discount that went that way because the distributor had to get their money out. But I want to show you something very interesting. Look at that Kaldheim draft booster box at $129.95. Now that's been sitting there on their shelves for quite a while at the 401 Games. I'm just showing it as a picture. Okay, which means the distributor's not dumping any super cheap yet. The store's not selling a huge chunk, so they're not ordering more. I've already talked and found from a few stores that's what's happening. If they got 10 or 12 sitting there in storage, they're good. They're feeling fine. So that means that there's less to go around because the distributors are not dumb, guys. They know what they're going to do. They know what they're going to do. They're going to sit there and look at their sales and see they had to eat it on this set booster. They're like, hey, we had to get these out really cheap, man. We have no profit margin. It was horrible, but we needed money to move on to Midnight Hunt, to Crimson Vow, to cover our 90 days, right? To buy the new products from Wizards. Guys, the distributor's going to learn from this, and they're going to cut back sales. No matter, Wizards are like, hey, this is a great product. The distributor's like, yeah, you said that last time, and we had to eat it. Not going to happen this time. We're going to be a little more cautious, okay? And people are buying less in general because we're moving on to faster and faster products that Wizards puts out, which means Wizards will print less. This is Wizards' plan. They're going to scroll back a little bit, bring the products down, but keep churning them to keep the money flow happening even faster with newer products coming out. Expect it to speed up. And expect there to be shortfalls and runs going out all the time, which means for those people who held on to draft booster boxes, set booster boxes, you'll probably notice some appreciation in quicker than the 9 years I usually quote. Maybe 6 or 7. You'll start noticing a real change in some of the prices for these because there just wasn't the stock out there to begin with now. And let's not forget, this is just the first stage. Wizards will always, tilt and pivot. They did the same. Zendikar Rising was on sale in August at face-to-face games here in Toronto. And a face-to-face, I think they had it for $119.99 or $95. It was still a pretty good deal considering, you had the promo pack. You could get a fetch land in there. There was something to draw upon as well as some great cards, the pathways. So those were on sale for like 4 or 5 days before they were gone. And they didn't have nearly the quantity that they do for the call time, because they did the same thing with the cart and I was testing things out. Be aware of that, which means the set for there wasn't as many sitting around as there were for call time. But as we move to faster and faster products, there will be less available. So Face-to-Face made a little bit of money, the distributor made a little bit of cash, 401 made a little bit of cash, and the distributor at least got paid off probably to move on to another product. Because that's a pretty cheap price, even I think, for a set booster box. So, and no, 401s doesn't ship overseas, guys. You have to be in Canada to get them to send it to you, okay? So, let's go on to something else here. That's what's happening with what Wizards is doing. But here's the second part of Wizards' plan. Something they don't like to talk about. You ready? Here we go. Here we have on our screen Tiamat from Adventures in Dungeons and Dragons, legendary dragon god. Average price is $18, market says it's 17, foil's 22, and it's €11. 22 in Canada. It's a dragon, it's cool. It's amazing. Remember what it says on this card. Remember Tiamat. All right. It's an amazing card, don't get me wrong. But it's not a show-stopping card that you're going to want to buy over and over and over again, or be amazing mythic, or you get where I'm going with this. So let's take a look at the next card. A little more impressive. All right, here's Old Gnawbone. Now, at 7 casting cost for a 7/7, you see how it's at $40 Canadian? The average is $27.41, the market says $26.98, the foil's $30, and it's €15. Now, Old Gnawbone's a lot better. You see it's flying. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, create that many treasure tokens. That's kind of cool, okay? That's pretty awesome. Very usable, very versatile, potential use in later decks. This is Wizards building equity. This was done on purpose. They need Old Gnawbone here to be a pretty decent card so they can reprint him in some other Master Series or Special Edition set later on. That's the plan. That's what they do. Tiamat will be there as well as a lower end card. It's very interesting to see that how Wizards plans and stocks and prepares for future sets now. It's very predictable, actually. Let's take a look at another card. See if you start recognizing a pattern throughout this video. Here we have Bellerose Witherbloom, $14 Canadian. The average is $15.21, $15.23 is the market, $16 foil, and about €10. You notice this card isn't nearly as great for a 7 casting cost, but it's like the most expensive card available inside Strixhaven. So it was supposed to be their booming card for this particular set. This Elder Dragon is supposed to have some awesomeness to it. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad card. There's some fun stuff it can do. So be prepared that cards like this can grow in value over the years as Wizards has planned cards to go with it, to be paired off with it. Just like they did with Mox Amber, which I've talked about with you guys over the years, they pair off low legendary casting cost creatures or easy to get out planeswalkers. Same thing. Witherbloom will probably have a pairing at some point. It's just a fact because they don't want cards like this to fail. They need that reprint equity later on to make this card be as amazing as possible. Let's take a look at the next one. All right, remember this guy? Oh yeah, Vorinclex Monstrous Raider. Like how I said that one. $37.50 Canadian, $32.42 is the average. The market says €27.04, $34.95 for the foil, and let's just say €26. This guy's a beast. As a Phyrexian, come on guys, you get it. He's a 6/6 with trample haste, doubles counters on stuff. He's a monster. He really is. And they want him to be a monster. They need him to have value in later sets so he can be a marquee card to bring in money. They'll go a few years without printing him, let the value drift upwards, especially since he's Kaldheim and the set is underprinted. Kaldheim will not get a second printing, guys. I bet a lot of these sets are now one and done unofficially, which means there might be a little tiny reprint coming here or there, but that's it. I bet you in the future, you will see a lot of these cards rise a little faster, and Wizards wants it that way, so they can make their premium products be worth more money. If they put out one set only for a year, and tons of boosters are open, but there's only so many out there, and as the years drift by, people want and build demand, they'll put it in a specialty product after the prices got to a certain level. So if you have these cards, I really wouldn't be trading them in personally, because who knows what that future value will be if you ever try to buy them back. Keep it in mind. Now, here's another interesting cards to look at. Why, this is Avacyn Angel of Hope, $41 Canadian. Came out in Avacyn Restored. You can see the average is $42.33. 35.82, 88 was a foil, and it's 20 euro. You notice the price is around the $41 Canadian mark? You notice the average there? You see what I'm talking about? This set is years old, guys. I still have an Angel of Hope that I opened myself. They've reprinted it in some sets, and it's still holding a fairly good value for the original. And the other ones are a little bit cheaper, but not much. They're still around like the $38, $39 mark. That's my point. They are building equity for the future, and they do it in all their sets. They've been planning this for a while. Let's take a look at this one. Oh, there you go. Mechas, the Unhallowed. $55 Canadian, 42.13 is the average. Market says 38.95. The foil is 68.62. And get this, 28 euro. And it came out in Dark Ascension, which was a hated set. Those boxes were like $60 for a while. I remember. Isn't that what Rudy would say on Alpha Investments? Pepperidge Farm remembers? That's right. I remember this card being worthless. I remember that whole box being junk. Look where it is now. Look where these mythics end up. Reprintable, like printing money. And Wizards knows that if they do it now in a faster print run for boxes, if they let these boxes now slide out quicker, let the equity drain faster, they can build a secondary market into these cards, which will allow them to grow in value, allow Wizards to cash in on premium marquee sets. Be prepared for it. All right, let's take a look at the last card, and that is going to be Polluted Delta. Well, have you noticed? I remember Polluted Deltas being like $10, $12. Okay, I remember opening them in cons. Cons boxes have been rising for a while, and this is why. When you can get up to 6 of these type of fetch lands inside your boxes, and you see it's $47 Canadian, $49.75 is the average, $44.53 is the market, the foil is $64.50, and it's 31 euro. Cons cards like this used to be worth nothing, guys. I remember selling and buying and trading a whole bunch of these, by the thousand actually. And here we are seeing the cards rise to these levels. It's crazy. And this is only a rare, but this is planned. So when they reprint these cards next year, people will want to get them. They will be a draw to have them. They will never reprint these again, and that's the reason. They can rotate these out every 4 or 5 years, bring them back around, especially if there's a glut or a shortage. If there's a glut, you stop printing them. If there's a shortage, you reprint. Get some good equity value out of your sets. Wizards, you are geniuses. I see what you're doing, and now I'm letting people know. It is crazy. Now that you've seen all that, let me get higher. I need a new chair, I know. Now that you've seen that, and I've explained the reasoning, how do you feel about that? Does it bother you? Maybe you'll just keep some boxes and you won't worry about it. Maybe you'll get some of the cards when they're kind of semi-cheap when they first come out. But cards like Tiamat, they're going to go higher later on. Gnawbone, I'm telling you guys, Vorinclex, this is planned stuff that they can move into marquee expensive products later on. I wanted to let people know and see what people feel and what they think about this particular topic. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. This is MTG Moxman. Leave those comments in the comments section. I'm looking forward to talking to each and every one of you. Have a great day today. It's some scary stuff. I know. I'm freaking out. Soldevia Excavations rocks. Hey guys, big shout out to all my amazing patrons out there who stick by it every month. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Patrons make the world go round. I appreciate each and every one of you. Love talking to you guys on the Discord, on email, and of course in chat. Rockin'. Have a great one. Welcome back. You guys saw it, didn't you? You see that? Starting to get pages of them. I went a little overboard. I told people on the live stream I bought some. I bought more today when I saw what was happening, and I really think there's a shortage of Soldevia Excavations out there. It's kind of funny when I'm starting to look at it. I'll be curious to see what the next week or so does, and then the next month, and then we'll see where it goes from there. Guys, I hope you had an awesome day today. Like, there was like tornadoes and stuff here in Canada. It was kind of freaky here in Ontario. I heard all kinds of warnings and stuff. I'm like, wow, some areas are getting hit pretty hard. And then there was a storm here that like went really loud during filming. I don't know if you guys heard it. You can let me know in the section if you heard anything. But I'm telling you, some interesting stuff is going on. You can see a plan shaping. It's like my tinfoil hat going wild right now. It's so cool to think about. Guys, I hope you had a great day today. Thanks a lot for hanging out the end with me. The end. I know, it's not really the end, is it? It kind of feels like it, but it's not really. So let's have some fun here. Let's go with, let's see here. Hold on. Let's go here. Hold on. How about an Animate Dead? All right, Animate Dead. There it goes into the 10K. You guys saw it here first. That's the way it's going to be. Have a great one, guys. I'll see everyone soon.